Welcome to AFL Pub Talk, brought to you by the Exchange Hotel here in Gawler. We're down here tonight as we do every month. It's a fantastic spot. Ando's out tonight, and joining me is the superstar from the Central District Footy Club, Troy Menzel. Troy, thanks for joining us, mate.
Cheers, Nighty. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and mate, it's big news for some fans through the week. So we're going to get you into the media game as well. So just going to test you out tonight and see how you go.
Yeah, a bit of a trial run for future experiences, but looking forward to it.
No, it's going to be good, mate. So on the weekend, AFL footy on the weekend, both big, lots of media around the two South Australian teams, with Crows losing to Carlton. Probably not fantastic for the Crows with where they're at.
No, it was probably a bit of a surprise, but not so much as a surprise seeing how Carlton have been going lately under David Teague. I think not playing Sauce, Gibber and Eddie against their former club probably hurt them a little bit in the end. But yeah, Carlton showed they're playing some really strong footy, and now Adelaide are just holding on to the 8th spot. So it makes it very interesting coming into the end of the year.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of talk around, and obviously you've been in the system at the Crows and that, and the media scrutiny on South Australian-based club, being that there's only two, it's the blowtorch is well and truly on them at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It is well and truly on them. I think from last year not living up to the grand final appearance in 2017 hurts as well. But in saying that, the season isn't over. They are sitting just in final spot, and they are a team where we've seen this year where they do get going and can play really good footy. They can beat anyone on their day. So their season's not dead and buried, but yeah, it's definitely at the crossroads at the moment.
No, they are quality. They just got to find that, and I think get Sauce, get Gibbs, get Betts back in. I think they need that more than anything, I think, at the moment.
They do. They're lacking a bit of experience, and see Eddie in the sample on the weekend almost drags the sample Crows over the line against the Bay. So I think he'll be a handy inclusion this week.
No, he's got to come back in. But mate, as well, across the border or out to the port, and Port Adelaide 1 point win in what looked like a fantastic game against GWS, who are going to be a top 3 contender and really push for the GF. So they've battled hard, but just unable to get the win on the home turf.
Yeah, they were a bit stiff. I didn't catch much of that game. We were the Central District Scarlet Ball that night, so we weren't paying too much attention. But yeah, it was a very tough team, GWS. They've shown they can play some really good footy this year, and it's probably one of those ones that if it went their way, they would be looking to play some good finals footy this year. But unfortunately, it went down by the point. Yeah,
and the run continues for Port, so they've got to start to string a few wins together. Koshy coming out during the week and saying about Hinkley and his contract, and said that at the moment he's well and truly safe. So they must still back Ken in massively.
Yeah, absolutely. They clearly do from the top up, and you even hear that some of the players coming out this week and backing him as well, backing in the way he's coaching it and the way he wants to move things forward. So I guess that shows as a club that they believe in what they're doing and in their system. They're just not putting the wins on the board.
Yeah, and around the States as well, Essendon just holding on against Gold Coast Suns. So they got their win, but they're still copying a lot in the media.
It's a surprising one because they have been travelling quite well, the Bombers. They've been looking one of the better teams in the comp, and then to go up there and only just get the win over a team that's, well, it's the worst team in the comp, really. It's probably a little bit of a surprise, but they will take the win for sure.
Yeah, they've got it done. Tip and Woody, I saw there now, classing him, name your price and just sign him on whatever he wants. So to come in, because he come in when the whole drug saga
mid-season
went on, and Kyle Presbury tells us that Essendon told him it was out of him or Tip and Woody.
They made the right call there.
I think they might have made the right decision getting Tipper, but as an impact player, he's been phenomenal, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been absolutely fantastic. I know when he went to the club, there was a lot of question marks over his fitness and his tank, but it's obviously something he's worked on a lot over the last couple of years, and he's a bit of a cult hero there, isn't he? Yeah. A massive cult figure. But
he's got his own song now.
Yes,
as well.
He does. I have seen that. It's actually not a bad song. So no, he's going very well, Tipper, and he's kicking a lot of good goals for him.
He's been good, and I tell you what, the powerhouse that is up in the other team up in Queensland, Brisbane, 5 wins last year, 5 wins the year before. They've already locked in finals, and they're, third on the ladder?
Yeah,
on the ladder.
Yeah. Some will say I'm jumping on the bandwagon here, Nida, but they were my big improver at the start of the year, and they've surprised me a lot. I think they're 6 on the trot now. I reckon it is.
Flying, yeah.
And they're just going from strength to strength. You think, they'll get done this week, but they're just flying. I think saw today a stat, they have 24 players under 23 years of age, and I think about 8 or 10 of them have almost played 50 games for them. So the recruiting up there and their ability to hold on to players, which was their downfall in the past, has been fantastic.
And I think what they've done well is getting a player of Hodges' calibre. He's probably done as much for that club as anyone up there, I think.
Not just on field, off field. What he's brought from such a successful team at Hawthorn to Brisbane, it definitely shows.
And they're gonna have a red hot crack come September, mate, as well. And Richmond, Premiership 17. Obviously, you're at the club then as well. They were dynamite through that final series and leading into it. They now play 6 on the trot. I think they play the last 6 at the MCG now, or 7 in a row. Collingwood, who played in last year's GF, they've made them look silly on the weekend.
Definitely.
And they're flying with all games at the G now, aren't they?
It's pretty scary. It's very similar to their 2017 year, the way they're playing at the moment. And it's a great time to be peaking, to play your best footy. Every club wants to be peaking towards the end of the year, coming into finals. And Richmond are probably the informed team apart from Brisbane at the moment in the comp. So they're definitely timing their run really well, and if they can sustain that, dream run home with all the games of the G, that's where they're going to place their finals footy. So it's very scary at the moment for them. Yeah, they're flying. Know a lot about ACLs in the Menzel family. Alex Rance, is he going to get back to have a crack? Knowing any AFL player, they'll be pushing to get back. I think it'll be at the club's discretion. If it is possible for him to get there, they're not going to put him in if it's too much of a risk and if he's not at 100%, because in finals footy you can't afford to be doing that. But knowing him, he'll be doing everything he possibly can to get back, for sure. Yeah, he looks like an animal. I've been watching him train on the track, and he looks like he's progressing well, but you never know with him, mate. And lastly, Melbourne, after finishing top 4 last year, Simon Goodwin, Crows legend, but he's under the pump, and the D's are under the pump, aren't they? Absolutely. It's probably the one coaching question that's gone a bit under the radar with Goody. Pikey under pressure, you've seen with Brad Scott, with Brendan Bolton, both getting sacked, and then Melbourne are sitting second bottom, and it hasn't been much as well. Yeah, it hasn't been much made of that. So I think as well, they still have a very young list, but they got a very talented list. And you take out that 4th place finish from last year, and they're still bottom of the table for the last 5-6 years. So you can look at it as, were they progressing, or was it an outlier in the scheme of things? But it's been a very down year for Melbourne. Jesse Hogan, is he a bigger loss? They probably not underestimate how big a loss he would be for them. Yeah, I reckon he's been huge in that. Tom McDonald stepped up very well, but you see he goes out injured and they battle to kick goals. So definitely he's been a massive loss. No, fantastic. Troy, mate, stick around. We're going to talk a lot more here at Before the Bounce and SANFL as well. So thank you to the Exchange Hotel for hosting us tonight and being a major part of Before the Bounce. So stick around, there's more to come. Don't forget, find us on Facebook at the South Australian Footballer, Piranha Media. You can find us at our YouTube channel as well, the SA Footballer TV, for all content around South Australian football, all our magazines, and especially Before the Bounce each week. With over 155,000 subscribers, you can't go wrong with the South Australian Football and Piranha Media.